Good evening, I'm Matt McCoy. Thanks for being with us tonight. The aftermath of the April 27th tornadoes touched the lives of many in Tuscaloosa County and across West Alabama. One family rode out the storm in their 3-bedroom house in Holt and managed to make it out without a scratch. WVUA's Sarah Chavnik sits down with them in tonight's top story.
And when the windows wanted to pop in and the house wanted to shake and reality set in.
For the Rancher family, April 27th was anything but a normal day.
We had been watching the news, listening to the reports several days before the storm came, saying that it's going to actually be a tornado that came through, but we kind of braced for it, but we really just didn't expect all of this to happen.
Tamika Rancher, her husband Alfonso, and her 2 children, Jesse and Shakira, huddled together and prayed for the storm to pass.
We can just actually feel the tornado. It was sucking my son. It was just sucking, it was just pulling.
When I felt it, pick me up, all I can think of was this is it. I don't know why I was going to wake up at, but I closed my eyes and just, clenched in tight as I could. And that's all I could feel.
Son Jesse was the first member of the family out of the house, and he ran down the street to look for help pulling his stepfather out of the rubble.
It was a wall of bricks. We had a brick home, a wall of bricks. It was a hallway wall on top of him, and on top of that, it was a mattress. And they were able to pull all that debris off of him, and we got out.
And then when I seen what they seen, it was like, oh my God, it was just like Vietnam. Like somebody had dropped a bomb. Everything was gone.
The family says they were not able to save anything from their home, but they do not feel discouraged. They know it takes time to rebuild, but they say they will continue to stay strong.
I mean, we'll always remember it, but it's going to take a while to actually get over it. Because what it took a lot, but it's better that we're okay. But it took a lot from us though, so it'll take a while to actually regain what we lost.
It's faith. You have to keep the faith through it all. You have to keep the faith.
It brought all of us together a lot closer as a family. Also, we are a lot closer now and can talk about more things.
In Holt, Sarah Chavnik, WVUA News.
The family is planning on rebuilding their home in the same location and hope to start the development soon. In the aftermath of the April 27th storms, people across Alabama have amazing stories of loss, survival, and resilience. Now, we've heard many of those stories, but there are lots more out there to share, and we want to hear from you. If you have a storm-related story you would like to share, go to our website, WVUATV.com, and click on the graphic on the right side of our homepage that says Alabama Tornadoes. We'd also like to see the photos and video you shot after the storm. In tonight's Crime Watch, 3 men are behind bars after authorities caught them in the act of a burglary. Now, that's all according to the Tuscaloosa Police Department. Authorities say it happened around 11:45 this morning on the 3700 block of 25th Street. According to police, officers stopped a vehicle leaving the scene of the burglary. Police say one of the suspects jumped out of the vehicle and fled the scene, but later turned himself in. Police recovered 2 flat-screen TVs and a laptop. According to police, 20-year-old Henry McGee Jr. and 19-year-old Jonathan McGee were both arrested and charged with burglary in the 3rd degree and are being held at the Tuscaloosa County Jail on a $15,000 bond. The 3rd suspect is a juvenile and is being held at the Tuscaloosa County Juvenile Detention Facility. With the 4th of July just hours away, Tuscaloosa is planning its very own celebration at the Riverfront Amphitheater. Crews worked this afternoon getting ready for tomorrow's Independence Day festivities. Cannons and fireworks were put into place, and chairs and the lighting equipment were set up. If you're worried about parking, Tuscaloosa Amphitheater Director Wendy Riggs has some helpful tips.
And this is a celebration for the city, so please come down early. If you're looking at parking, I can give you a couple suggestions that will help. The City Fest lot will be open. The other thing people don't know a lot is we'll run shuttles from the City Hall. So you can park at the intermodal facility and ride down, and that way you won't have to catch any of the traffic. Jack Warner Parkway, the road that's right in front of the amphitheater, will start being closed at 4 o'clock tomorrow. So if you're planning to come down, don't plan driving through there after 4 because we won't be open.
Now, the festivities began at 4 o'clock on Monday afternoon with free pair activities for the kids. Amphitheater gates will open at 7. It costs $5 per person or $15 for a family of 4. Kids 5 and under are free. The Tuscaloosa Symphony concert starts at 7:30. Fireworks kick off at 9 o'clock. So what can we expect as far as the weather goes for our 4th, and should people be worried about the drought if they're shooting off their own fireworks outside the city of Tuscaloosa? Here's Daniel Sparkman to tell us. Daniel?
Well, we're actually watching some rain right now on Home Team Interactive Radar. You see much of West Alabama has some rain showers right now under a significant weather alert until about 10:15 tonight. But looking at tomorrow, we could see some afternoon showers and thunderstorms. We'll start out the day pretty warm, 80 degrees under mostly clear skies through noontime. But we'll see increasing clouds in the afternoon hours. 97 is our forecast high tomorrow, and we should have about a 30% chance of some showers for the fireworks tomorrow night. But the best chance of rain is going to be in the overnight and the early hours of Tuesday. Matt?
Thanks, Daniel. The Casey Anthony murder trial is cranking up again right now. Closing arguments are happening this morning. The judge earlier reviewed charges with the prosecution and defense. The Florida mother is accused of killing her 2-year-old daughter, Kaylee. After the closing arguments, jury deliberations begin. If Anthony is found guilty, she could face the death penalty. Now, it was nearly 3 years ago that Kaylee Anthony was first reported missing. Her disappearance and the subsequent investigation of her mother, Casey Anthony, captivated the nation's attention. Elizabeth Corridon takes a look back on how this story all began 3 years ago.
Casey Anthony was a young mother when her 2-year-old daughter, Kaylee Marie, seemed to vanish in the summer of 2008. Casey's mother, Cindy Anthony, called police in July to report she hadn't seen her granddaughter in weeks and couldn't get an explanation from Casey.
There's something wrong. I found my daughter's car today, and it smells like there's been a dead body in the damn car.
That car had been discovered abandoned and towed to a lot. Police took Casey in for questioning. She told police she hadn't seen her little girl since dropping her off with a babysitter the month before. That story proved to be untrue.
And I can tell you just for a certainty that everything you've told me so far has been a lie.
Not everything that I told you.
Police arrested Casey Anthony on suspicion of child neglect, filing false statements, and obstructing an investigation. During a search of her car, a cadaver dog picked up the scent of human decomposition. An FBI investigation would later find traces of chloroform. Casey Anthony was indicted on capital murder charges. She pleaded not guilty. 2 months later, in December, Kaylee's body was discovered in a wooded area near the Anthony's home. Her family was finally able to say goodbye at a memorial service.
I'm not going to say how much I'm going to miss things that I won't be able to do with her, because someday I'll be able to hold her hand again in God's heaven.
But Casey was not at that memorial service. She was sitting in a Florida jail cell. Prosecutors alleged Anthony killed her daughter with chloroform and duct tape, then dumped her body and embarked on a party spree. They would seek the death penalty. After more than 2 years, Casey Anthony finally got her day in court. Jury selection in her capital murder trial got underway in May 2011. I'm Elizabeth Corridon reporting.